Hi, everybody. I'm on my living room tour. I'm with Emma. This is her house.
Hello, hello.
This is Caleb, her husband. Does anybody know how to turn around on?
Hang on, let me.
Okay.
Have you just tried to?
You're so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in. Hi, how's it going, everybody? Here we are. Oh, I'm supposed to be kind of over here.
There you go.
Yeah, Caleb didn't want me in front of the big screen.
Yeah, you know.
We're in Caleb and Emma's living room. Hi, everybody. I'm John Lear. I'm going to be performing today. I'm your first stand-up. Then we're going to bring out each and every one of you.
Of course.
This group actually, everybody could do a type line.
That's true.
There's no question. And after I'm done, we're gonna have somebody sitting on somebody's face.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Who-
I call dibs.
Okay. You're sitting on her face.
Yeah.
Or is it she's sitting on yours?
Anyone can sit on my face at any given time.
Wow.
Open invitation.
God damn, Albuquerque knows how to rock. All right, so here are some things. Okay, so I had a request to talk about some Kansas stuff. I was trying to think. So my story has a lot of drug use involved. And I remember here's something I did in Kansas. Okay, this is a good thing in Kansas. I worked at Swenson's Ice Cream Parlor in Kansas through high school. And I was do you guys know what Swenson's is? It's not really around anymore. It was an ice cream. It was an ice cream parlor. It was like it was San Francisco kind of. That was the vibe of it. And you would, you could get a Coit Tower or a Phosphate or a Sundae, and they also served sandwiches. And I was a straight A student. I was a very good boy. I was the night shift supervisor, meaning I was in charge of a crew of 3. And they had a little sandwich menu as well. And so I would cook like ham and cheese and stuff like that. And part of my job was to slice meat on one of those deli slicers with the round blade. And I was back there slicing, and somebody was talking to me, and all of a sudden I just went flip like that and sliced off the tip of my finger.
Nope.
Yeah. And
Don't like that.
and it was just like, I sliced it off. And weirdly, in the mall, this was Metcalf South Shopping Center in Kansas City. I doubt it's there anymore. But they had, weirdly, a hospital annex as a shop in the mall. So you could go down it was a Shawnee Mission Hospital, had a little mall shop where you could go in. I guess if you had the clap, you could go in there and get checked out. I don't know. So they rushed me down there. They put a towel over. They rushed me down in there. I go down into the and they're like looking at it. They're like, okay, we can sew it back on. Where's the piece? And I was like, I didn't have the piece. I'm in shock. And the person that brought me down there's like, oh, we'll go back up. And so they go back up. I had been slicing ham. They go back up. Another employee had packaged up all the ham, sold it. So somebody in Kansas ate a piece of me. Somebody in Kansas. Speaking of, we know, Orion, you were a server, I believe you said.
Yeah.
Anybody else in the, no, just the 2 of us?
Well, I work for
Food
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins?
That counts.
That counts.
Not
Okay.
myself, no.
Here's the thing,
Baskin
Ryan, back
Robbins,
me
though.
up on this. Once you've worked in a restaurant, there's one thing you know. Don't ever send anything back, ever. Ever. My wife's grandfather was a total douche, would constantly scream at waiters and stuff, and I'd be like, honey, your grandfather has eaten more spit than anybody I know. Because I was hot side, I was a grill saute guy. At this restaurant, not fancy, it was in Chicago. It was J.B. Winberry's, I think his name. But anyway, it was like a step above Bennigan's Anybody know Bennigan's?
There you
Yeah,
go.
Or TGI Fridays? Like
No.
a step above.
Very Chicago.
Yeah, very
Fancy,
Chicago.
fancy.
So I worked next to this guy, Popeye. He was cold side, I was hot side. So I was sauteed, and this guy was Popeye. That was, and the reason his name was Popeye is because he talked like this. He talked like Popeye. And he was an ex-con. He was a
Naturally.
Well, yeah.
Natural.
if you make your waitress cry or waiter cry and they come back, something horrible is going to happen to your food. And I remember this waitress came back and she was crying. This woman was being a total bitch to her, and Popeye was making her salad, and I'm sauteing, I'm looking out, and Popeye, I look over, Popeye has his pants down, has all of his junk in the salad, and is swishing it around and giving it back. So do not send your food back.
You gotta toss the salad.
Those
Tossed
he
salad!
literally tossed a salad.
Yeah.
Did you ever hawk up into soup?
No, I licked their spoon because they're assholes. They came in at
Yeah.
like, right before we closed. They were just
Don't fuck with the people who
Don't.
are serving your food.
Don't, especially 5 minutes before we close. You're gonna get a lick spoon.
Yeah.
You worship the people who serve.
You worship.
They have
your
your
gods
food, you
now.
idiots.
No.
Okay, so these are tortillas.
That people didn't know that before. This is zucchini. This is squash, onions, corn. It's all been grilled. There's
This
lot
is
of
a
garlic
big
in it.
dish that I've noticed in. Are you nervous
So
about
basically,
this?
Anything you'll have
No.
in your cabinet.
What's your technique here? How do you know when it's done? You flip.
When it gets too hot to flip, then I stop.
It just gives
Ooh,
up.
and this is the carne of the carne asada. And look, there's a little green something in
It's
there.
a jalapeno.
Tell us about the meat again.
Okay, let's
Here's the.
We've got garlic, cilantro, soy sauce, paprika, and jalapenos.
Yum.
And you chop all that up.
And you've got a different cut of meat. You didn't like the skirt steak.
I
You
don't
like.
skirt steak, I like flauta.
All right. Okay, here's something I wanted to talk about. So I'm older than most of the people in this room, by far.
All of them.
She has the Benjamin Buttons disease, so
I'm
she's actually
83.
76.
You're
now.
70, but you're getting younger.
Yeah, every day.
Okay.
They look really good.
So you guys, I'm ahead of you by a while. So I'm gonna give you guys some advice
Okay.
about things that are headed your way, like a freight train that you need to prepare
Thank
for
you.
now. Okay?
Okay.
I'll
So
need
this
this.
is just some helpful stuff that I was thinking about today. All right. I wish somebody had told me this. And you know this because you've had children. Any other parents here? No.
No,
Okay.
just us.
Here's something you need to know in case you're ever a parent. After my wife, first of all, my daughter, when she came out of my wife's vagina, came out face down. So these are my wife's legs, right? My daughter comes out like this and then up like this. Okay? So I'm on the other side, so I see my wife's face and my daughter's
No.
face looking at me at the same time. Like both of them, like. Okay, so that was weird enough, but here's the part that nobody ever tells you. After the baby comes out and it's all this stuff and the cord, and you cut the cord, which is weird. It's really thick and rubbery and bizarre that it's connected to your wife and your daughter. Just the whole thing is bizarre. I kind of knew all of that was going to happen because of TV shows. What no one told me, I look over and I've got my daughter and I look over and out of my wife's vagina comes what looks like a meatloaf covered in Vaseline.
Yeah.
Just this thing that just goes like, it's like a jello mold. It just goes and falls out. It's the placenta. And I was like, why doesn't anybody tell the husband that that's headed his way? And the fact that people eat it is just a whole nother story. Okay, so that's one thing you need to know. Okay,
Jello bowl.
tighty whities versus boxers. Boxer man or a tighty whitey?
Briefs.
Briefs, good.
Boxer briefs.
Boxer brief?
Boxers, yeah.
Straight up boxers or boxer briefs?
Like, I don't know.
They're
Etika.
boxer
There's-
briefs.
there's
Boxer
spandex.
briefs.
They're boxer
Boxer briefs.
Spandex, they
Show
hold
us.
it together.
The important thing is
They
that
hold it all together.
they're holding things up high and tight
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that over time things start to gravity takes hold, gentlemen, of that. My brother was going through a divorce. He calls my father and he says, Dad, I have something I need to tell you. He was going through a divorce. He was going to tell my dad that he was going to divorce. Before he could get it out, my dad says, okay, that's great. I need to tell you something. I just had a procedure where they had to tighten my scrotum because when I would sit down to go to the bathroom, my scrotum would drip into the water of the toilet.
Just a little dip.
No.
Just a little dip.
That's
Well,
what
see,
it is.
it's a tea bag, but like real.
It's a tea bag
But
into
real,
the
but
toilet.
in water.
If he did a sit and spin on your face, it
No,
would be like,
hard no.
his scrotum would be out by the car.
Like a loose balloon. A deflated balloon. You know?
I don't judge.
Oh.
The open invitation stands.
But not for my father. He's dead anyway, so it's okay. It's not good. The chances of my father's scrotum being on your face tonight, very slim.
But what about the ghost?
He's like dragging his scrotum.
It's like the chains.
Yeah, exactly. The ghost of Christmas past.
Yes, Marley and Marley.
I recently went to the doctor. I was having, speaking of scrotums, was having a
Naturally.
pain in my scrotum.
Okay.
I was nervous. I went to the doctor. I was like, I'm having this pain. He checks it out, which is the whole thing that no one wants to experience. And he says, I found something. There's something there. Don't worry, but I think we should get it scanned. So immediately I'm already cancer, I'm gonna die. I go to get it scanned. It's an older woman who's probably scanned, I would say, 50,000 scrotums because her eyes are just dead. She was just a slightly overweight woman who's just like squeeze the jugular, scans the scrotum where they like scan it and have to press it down.
This is a new procedure that I don't want to hear about.
This is your future. This is the theme of my stand-up tonight. I'm giving you
No.
some old woman's. Yes, it's the same
Because
tool.
they pancake those babies.
Yes.
Wow.
So they're just like over this, the testicle. Scan comes back. I don't want you to worry, but they found something.
Ooh.
Now I'm full on dying of testicular cancer, which makes total sense to me because it's pathetic. It has to do with balls. It's the perfect way for me to die, I think, as a comedian, because it's kind of just like sad, but slightly funny and embarrassing.
Sad clown.
It just seems like the perfect way for somebody like me to die.
Yeah.
He goes, I want you to go see an oncologist. My wife and Nancy, my partner, already have ordered coffee enemas to fight the cancer. They're already like, you have cancer and you're going to have coffee enemas. And I'm like, what the fuck? Coffee enemas? They're like, yes, you're going to have them. They've already come from Amazon. I come home from work. Nancy's already ordered 2 coffee enemas at my house. I never had to do it. So I go to the doctor. Yeah, you're supposed to put coffee up your ass when you have
You're gonna
cancer.
end another cancer right
I
out
don't
there.
understand. So I go to the cancer doctor. He checks it, immediately goes, absolutely not. There's 0 chance of cancer in where it is, where you're feeling pain. It's probably somehow you pulled it or I don't know. But it's no cancer. Absolutely not. I was like, oh, thank God. And he's like, what do you do for a living? And I go, I'm a writer. And he goes, I have an idea for a show. Can I tell you about it? And I go, yes, okay, go ahead. Happens a lot. He's like, it's a show called Down Under. It's about a penis, what do you call it? Oncologist, a penal oncologist who, and his wife, who's a vaginal oncologist, who moved to the South to open up an office together. Down South. I was like, not bad.
Down under,
I mean,
okay.
seriously. I get pitched
Interesting.
a lot of stuff, but I was like, down south? Okay, cancer, funny cancer, I like it. And this is Emma's sister.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Leah.
And Leah, you live in Kansas, where that is where Quick Draw was filmed. No, that's where it was set. And that's because I'm from Kansas. Orion, so you were named after a star system. That is
The belt.
the Orion belt.
Not this specific belt, but I just grabbed the belt. So I'm just like, okay, I'll go out.
And Orion, how tall are you? 6'2". God, I would love to be 6'2". All right, now your name, ma'am.
Jamie.
And Jamie, you worked with Caleb, and you are a Muay Thai fighter.
Yes.
And you just had a fight not too long ago. You don't look beat up at all. Okay.
Pants are funny.
Gentlemen, this is for the gentlemen as well. Do you guys shave in the shower? Do you shave in the shower?
No.
You don't shave.
Well,
You gotta keep it trim.
I
You shave
don't
something.
shave here, but I shave.
Oh, the
other-
guys all shave their balls. Give me a tight shot of it.
Wait, what?
Do you shave in the shower though?
Oh yeah. Before, once or twice.
Okay, good. I just highly recommend it, guys. This is how people who shave in the shower, when they talk to somebody who doesn't shave in the shower, they go like this. Okay. All right.
That was the end of that
Oh,
story.
here's the final thing. You have a son and a daughter.
Yes.
This is something I've learned in case you guys ever have kids, or Orion, in case you ever have a child. You might have children. Possible?
It's always possible.
We'll talk about it.
You don't know what'll
decide
happen.
Why are you looking at Caleb?
We have to get this tonight?
Yes, you have to decide tonight. Yes or no, are you going to have kids?
No. I'm gonna be put on the spot.
Yeah,
Corey,
exactly.
you listening?
No way. But here's the thing, and you have one of each too.
Yes.
Cleaning the poo out of a vagina is much easier than cleaning the poo out of penis and the scrotum area, I find.
Interesting.
Because you just swoosh away. You gotta swoosh
Well,
away.
there's more folds.
Right, you gotta
sometimes have to,
split up
you know,
and get in there,
yeah.
Caleb. Get up
I don't wanna
in
hear
there
about
and make
the
sure you get
folds.
everything.
Have to get into the
Yeah, the
folds.
labia,
No.
you
The
gotta,
vulva?
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
get in
yeah.
there. You don't want to leave any, it'll get, all right. Okay, I'll end with this. Jennifer, this just happened, and my wife was throwing a baby shower for her friend. Okay, this happened a few months ago. Her friends, we were throwing the baby shower at our house. Her friend registered for baby stuff at a place called, I think it's giggle.com. You'll have to look this up. I believe it's Giggle. My wife screws up on the invite and writes giggles.com.
Oh, no.
Giggles.com, I may have them reversed, but one of them, let's say it's giggles.com. When you go to giggles.com, it's a full screen of an anus with a tongue licking the anus.
Oh, no.
And so my wife sends this out to all of our friends, all of our families, her friends, family, grandmothers, everybody. And the emails start to come in, the texts start to come in. And I'm dying out of my wife's got, it's not funny. And I had to say, yes, it is funny. This is funny, and I'm gonna laugh at it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for having me in your living room. Emma, thank you. She's in the kitchen.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. That's it. Good night.